busy, yet I still put in effort and tried to help you, Tyler. I had gotten a house for the first time. I went through a breakup of a near 2-year relationship that was extremely hard on me. I'm running multiple different companies, multiple different YouTube channels, managing other YouTube channels. I have a ton of stuff going on, but I genuinely did try to help you while I was doing all of that. And I'm sorry I didn't put more time. I'm sorry. Like, looking back, I wish I could have helped you with all this more. I genuinely do, dude. And it makes me so sad that it's gone to this point. I got all our friends together and I made a challenge. It was called Sober October, as in the text. The rules: the winner gets 1,000 cash, I will supply. Last 2 places have to take the rest of the boys out to dinner. Me and Todd made the list. So I'm gonna blur out this list because it's bad. One of the main reasons I did this challenge is because I wanted to help you, but you didn't even make it to the first day. Like, I can try to help you, but I can't force you, Tyler. Like, if you take a horse to water, you can't force it to drink. I tried to help you, bro. You didn't take my help. And at the time, like, I wanted to get sober too. I'm not perfect either. These 2 text messages, when you went to rehab, you didn't hit me back up. I know you were texting other people, but you decided not to hit me back up. Until after you got back, we texted back and forth a little bit, but then obviously everything switched when you started threatening us. And all of these things I showed were just text messages. I showed those as proof because it's physical proof that I did try to help you, Tyler. As you say, I didn't try to help you. Tyler, you're forgetting about all the personal conversations we've had about this. You act like we've never discussed this. This was a major thing throughout the year. We've had many discussions about it. Obviously, Tyler, when I did live in the house, we were way closer. We talked about things a lot more. Yes, when I moved out, we didn't talk as much. It's just part of not living with each other. But you're forgetting all the countless conversations we've had in person too, where we have talked about what you're going through, and you're just acting like this never happened. I also wanted to include this clip as it shows an example of one of the times we met as a group and discussed what was going on with Tyler.
I remember when we had a talk outside, Mopi was saying that he was going to go get help or whatnot. Jesser was crying. I can never forget how the face, the face Jesser had, like he was disappointing himself because he felt like that he could have did more for Mopi. That's the energy I had felt from him, man.
When I talked to him in person and he said I hugged him and tried to use it against me, whatever, like he hugged me. I wish I said just like, I don't get away, like whatever. But yeah, he asked me what my goal was with the LHype tweet and if I wanted a bag. Like, he wasn't going there to check on me or really talk to me. He made me feel bad. He tried to make me feel bad about the hate he was getting.
Tyler, I did hug you. I hugged you because I loved you and I care about you as a friend. Also, after that conversation, you texted Mitchell that I exposed you to coronavirus. Why do you think I have these hidden agendas going at you? You think I'm hugging you to give you a coronavirus? I don't have any hidden agenda against you, Tyler. I love you as a friend. I did ask you what your
that's
was
random.
with the LHype tweet because it came to
that's one of the most random shit ever.
complete shock to me. And then you saying right after, you asked me if I wanted a bag. What I asked you is, why did you get lawyers involved? Was it for a bag? Because you're obviously leaving the group, right? You have a couple options when you leave the group. You can agree to a buyout where you sell your shares to the company, getting a bag. Or do you want to just own your percentage of the company, leave the group, but still try to make money off it by having a percentage? Or did you want to give your shares back? Did you want to give them to Mitchell? I still don't understand why you have lawyers and why you're demanding these documents. You've never made it clear what you want, and I was trying to figure that out because we are in the dark. You're skewing...
Bro, anything that's dealing with contracts, legal obligations, anything dealing with paper that is signed and important with the companies, you need a lawyer. It does not matter what the situation is. You need a lawyer.
Conversations, because in that conversation we talked about you being sober, but we literally only talked for 10 minutes because you said you had to go and you just left. Like, I would have loved to sat down with you in hours and go back and forth because of all this legal stuff. We didn't talk for a while, and this is our first time talking. You can only give me 10 minutes. Also, Tyler, in this conversation I had with you, I asked you when in your life you ever felt you couldn't ask me something and I wouldn't say yes to it. And this is what you told me. You said, when I asked you to hide my devil's lettuce, you didn't. I didn't feel comfortable doing that. I'm gonna be honest, I felt in a weird position having to do that. It made me uncomfortable, and I didn't want you going through my room looking for it. It's like, if you want me to hide it, dude, just throw it away. Don't put it on me. And as you feel like this is the only time I've said no to you in your life, I am sorry, Tyler. I wish I could have helped more with that situation, and looking back, I wish I did. Addressing the part where you say I tried to make you feel bad for all the hate I was getting, yes, I was pretty upset about it. It's caused me to be at some of the lowest points of my life, hearing everyone say I snaked my best friend like this. While I still don't understand this hatred that's built up for me that you've bottled in, that's just released. I don't understand it, where it's came from. You've never addressed these problems to me in private, Tyler. Never. You just go online after everything we've been through and start talking shit.
The fact that he tries using the rent that he helped me out with, and that he helped me out with my channel in the first place, and he uses that against me to like keep me under his thumb, it's terrible. It's not friendship. That's not a friend.
When have I ever used me helping you with your channel, helping you pay rent against you? Never in my life have I been like, oh dude, I paid your rent. Oh, I helped you with your channel. You owe me this. No, we never even talk about that. That's never even been brought up between us, Tyler. The reason I helped you is because you're my friend. It's not some manipulation tactic to get you to do things for me. And Tyler, yes, earlier in the video, I did bring up the rent and some of the things I did for you, but that was just to show I care as a friend, as you made this video saying I don't.
Because of all the stuff that's been happening, I wish I never took his help. And I almost wish I didn't go move into the YouTube house in Yorba Linda. I wish I just went to college sometimes and didn't get like this deeply involved in any of this, because how bad it's turned out. Like I've literally just been a pawn, I feel like, to his grind to 10 million subscribers. Like yeah, he helped me out with that stuff, but it's all because he just needs people around him to make videos.
Tyler, before you even moved in, I was living with YouTubers. I had YouTubers around me. I've had people to make my content. I don't need you to make content. I wanted you to move in because you were my boy, and I wanted you to have your own career, your own YouTube channel. And yes, did I want you to be a part of my journey? Hell yeah, bro, you were one of my closest friends. I wanted you to be in all my videos, and I helped you with all of yours too. You're saying I used you as a pawn when that's simply not true. And Tyler, once again, you have never expressed this way you're feeling to me. I never knew you felt like this at all. You hid it from me. Like, I wish we could have talked about this. I wish you would have came up to me and be like, bro, I feel like you're using me. And I wish we could have talked it out, because these are such ridiculous claims.
Supporting that feeling that I have of being just used. When we made the VR channels, he took 51% of my VR channel. Like, all those channels were just started up for money because VR channels were the fastest growing at the time. He took 51% of my channel and then bragged about it. Like, I heard that, and he'll deny that or whatever, but that shit stuck in my brain, and I could never believe how this dude can say that about his elementary school friend that he owns, like, his channel, and like, that's something to brag about. Like, it's like nothing I want to be around.
Now, I've never publicly said this, but I do own a company that manages YouTube channels. It's a side thing I do. I put a lot of work and energy into it. Tyler, you agreed to doing all of this. You were excited to do it. You were hella about it. All you had to do was record the videos, and I would handle everything outside of that. You were hyped for it. I spent thousands of dollars getting the videos edited, spent a lot of time reviewing the videos, working on them, and then you expressed to me one day, you're like, hey, Jesse, I don't want to do the VR channel. With no hesitation, I told Tyler, yeah, that's fine. Like, I understand, I get it, you're going through a lot, let's not do it, you don't want to do it. I'm not going to ever force you. But it's like, did I say, oh, I paid for your rent, helped you build your career, so you have to do this? No. With no hesitation, I said, Tyler, that's fine. You don't have to do this. I will deny you saying I was bragging about this, because that never happened, Tyler. I forgot to include this in the video, so I'm doing a voiceover, but Tyler, your VR channel, it never even had an upload on it. And Tyler, we never even had a contract for this channel, so technically I never even owned 51%, and why would I brag about a channel that has no uploads and no videos?
Dude, just how, like, selfish this dude is.
That's one of the things I wanted answered. I don't know about the other channel, so.
Actually, all the guys, this applies to all of them, but we were in a Discord call when it was time for Moochie to join 2 We were talking, and I was put it out there. I was like, hey, is anybody else willing to give up a % or two? So Mitchell.
Yeah, this is what I need to hear.
He was more part of the group. Nobody wanted to. He's just on a tiny salary now. Mitchell doesn't own a % of 2 Jesser was not willing to give up 1% for our elementary school friend, one of the dudes that adds the most to the group, pure, good person, funny, entertainment. These guys and Jesser could not give up 1% for him. We could have all given up a %, and he could have had 6% of 2 That sounds amazing to me. But no, he's just on a tiny salary because they can. because it's a business. It's not for fun. It's not for fun or friendship. It's a business.
Tyler, you expressed to the group that you were unhappy with your amount of shares. So we had a meeting where we shifted all the shares and you went up more than anyone and I went down. And the reason I went down is because I want you to be comfortable and happy as my friend. If I'm this money hungry person, why would I give up shares to you like that? And Mitchell is my best friend and he's not on a small salary. Mitchell is making very good money. I have talked to Mitchell about owning a percentage of the company in the future and he can back me up on this. This is just, once again, not true. And Tyler, you also never gave a share to Mitchell. And it's like, if you wanted to do that, you could. The shares that you have right now, why don't you just give them all to Mitchell instead of coming at us with lawyers the way you're talking?
And the thing that makes it so annoying is they try to...
Here's my thing. I feel like the shares should be split between everyone equally. Maybe Chris, I would say, would get a majority, like maybe a little bit more than everybody, because he's doing more behind the scenes work. Behind the scenes work. So everyone else that's like, all the rest of the people should be getting paid the same percentage. That's the thing. Maybe Chris would be like, let's say Chris would be a 30%. Everyone else gets 10, 10, 10, 10, 20, 20, 20, 20, make it even out. I'm saying that's what equality is. You shouldn't just give somebody a lower share just because of anything, because of, their numbers aren't up there or whatever. No, I'm saying when it comes to business and doing business, everything should be split equally, not just because who has bigger followings or who's doing, extra stuff. It's just level of work. That's what it is. Chris, I would say, yes, gets a more of the share because he's doing behind the scenes work. He's putting in a lot more work than everyone else is on the brand. That's what it is. But other than that, everyone should get the same percentage of shares. It's more about who's doing the work. If you're doing extra work, maybe you get a more percentage. But if you are just, doing the simple, basic things that everyone is doing, you guys get the same share. I don't know what's so hard about it.
To paint it as not a business and it's all about the friendship and all of them doing it for fun. It's like, no, stop being so stop trying to keep the greediness and selfishness in the dark. Like, that's what's aggravating for the people that have been abused by it. Like, own up to the shit. Like, stop lying. It's so bad. Like the sidemen are a great example. Like, they're a wannabe sidemen, but they're terrible people. Like, what else would you expect from a wannabe sidemen group from LA? Like, it's bound to be fake as hell, just greedy, selfish, self-gain, like all of that. So sidemen are amazing because they're genuine. They do stuff fair. They don't abuse people on the business side. I found out some stuff on the business side that's like, what the hell? I don't care about the money like that, but I want to be treated equal. I want to be treated with respect, and that didn't happen.
Tyler, once again, I wish you expressed to me in person the way you were feeling. I didn't know you felt this way. Also, you say we abused you on the business side. I am confused by this because the only thing that's happened since the start of the company in the business side is we raised your shares. Everyone's gotten paid out on the same day. And yes, Tyler, it was a business too, but you neglected the business side of that. You wouldn't show up to a ton of the meetings. You would play video games during some of them. You didn't really put your 2 cents into the business side, but we didn't force you to. And once again, Tyler, I wish you talked to me about this because you didn't express that you felt uncomfortable and that we were doing these things to you in the business side.
They're not humans. They're not real people anymore. They have ascended past humans and normal people, and they're YouTube gods. They are YouTube gods now, and they just make decisions. Like I heard that Jesser and Chris were talking to TD about kicking me out of the old house in Yorba Linda because I was like hanging out with my ex-girlfriend, or I was just not uploading enough. I never knew that.
Tyler, I never knew this either because this never happened. Why would I want to kick you out of the house when you were one of my best friends? And for the viewers who've been watching since then, the meme at the time was Mopi was never home, and I was sad because I couldn't hang out with you because you were my friend. Why would I?
Okay. This, once again, Jesser, he did not have your name in this one. He said Chris and TD. He didn't say Jesser. Actually, did he say Jester? Let me go back.
Paid out on the same day. And yes, Tyler, it was a business too, but you neglected the business side of that. You wouldn't show up to a ton of the meetings. You would play video games during some of them. You didn't really put your 2 cents into the business side, but we didn't force you to. And once again, Tyler, I wish you talked to me about this because
Humans, they're not real people anymore. They have ascended past humans and normal people, and they're YouTube gods. They are YouTube gods now, and they just make decisions. Like I heard that Jesser and Chris were talking to TD.
Oh, Jesser and Chris. Okay.
Of the old.
Okay, Jesser and Chris. My bad.
Never happened.
I never knew that.
Tyler, I never knew this either because this never happened. Why would I want to kick you out of the house when you were one of my best friends? And for the viewers who've been watching since then, the meme at the time was Mopi was never home and I was sad because I couldn't hang out with you because you were my friend. Why would I want to kick my friend out who I just had move in out of the house? This literally makes no sense that I want to kick someone out who is a major part of my channel and my life.
Just like Lowe's.
I need to see TD answer that one. Because it says Jesser, Chris, and TD. I need to see TD talk about that one. It makes sense.
And TD didn't know they were kicked, and Mao too. They didn't know they were kicked until it was already a decision. They don't feel the need to like have normal conversations. They just make terrible decisions on their own. Like, and it's just it's nothing to be around unless you're a part of it and wanna just. I don't even know. I'm so glad I'm out of it.
Tyler, that was a group decision. You have a voice in the group. You didn't express that. You were part of that. You were there. One of the reoccurring problems throughout all of this is you feel some type of way, but you don't let anybody know. We can't read your mind, Tyler. The decisions that were made were not my decision. It was all of us together as a group's decision.
And the weird thing is, too, they're in denial. Like, they're just so deep in their own lies and just thinking that they're right and that everyone else is just the bad people going out to get them. It's like something he said to me was, all change is good change. It's like, so nobody can get lost in the money in the internet clout? Nobody can lose themselves? That's not a thing? Like,
I don't ever recall saying this. I don't think all change is a good thing. People can change for the worse. People can change for the better. It's just like a dumb statement. I never said that. I feel like you're just grasping for straws and reasons to hate me.
I've seen how this dude talks to people, like his editors and people out in public, like working people, and it makes me sick. It's like, again, just YouTube gods like looking down on people, talking shit about people, because apparently they feel like they can. Like, apparently they feel like they're the next American Sidemen and they could do whatever they want. It's like, it's their heads are gonna fall off. They're getting so big and they can't. Like, I'm trying to make a joke or something. I don't know.
This is extremely upsetting to me because it's an attack on my character and who I am. Tyler, you're saying I talk down on people, to working people, to editors. I try to treat everyone I meet with kindness and respect. When have I talked down to working people and editors? I live with my editor. He moved in with me and we're really good friends. And he can back me up with this on my character.
Another situation that stands out in my mind is we were out eating. It was Jesser, a friend.
Oh yeah, I want this one.
And we were at Cheesecake Factory eating outside. We didn't even have our food yet, and Jesser sees this kid like walk by or whatever, and we can kind of see when someone's kind of like looking back and might recognize us, and he's like just begging for the kid to not like walk over and say hi. And it's like, it's a little kid and his dad, like. And Jesser's just begging, like, no, please don't come over here. Like, leave us alone, no. Like, I swear. And it's like, this kid, it's probably going to make this kid's day, at least day, probably a week, or something like that. Just meeting Jesser. But the other side of it is this dude is begging for him to not come over and say hi. Chris put this in Jesser, like, that he's better and doesn't need to like talk to the people that support him, and it's like it's nasty, and I feel bad as a friend that I couldn't help stop that happening. But he was just living with Chris and Zach for so long that like these terrible attitudes about just life just completely just change this dude.
Yes, I will admit, there's been times in my life where I don't want to be recognized in public, especially when I'm eating. I was with a friend from out of town I hadn't seen in months, and you saying I'm begging for this kid to not come over is exaggerated. You're making it sound like it's the end of the world if this kid comes over. And the thing is, we were in the outdoor area, and the only way to get to the outdoor area is going through the inside area of Cheesecake. The dad lifted the kid over the fence. This is the part you didn't mention. And I took a picture with the kid, and I had a conversation with the dad. Even though there's been times where I don't want to be recognized, I've never denied a fan a picture, but you try to put me in this light that every time a kid sees me, I'm like, oh, I hope I don't get recognized. I've met so many fans in public, and I'm always appreciative of it, and those people who have met me, they can tell you that. You're saying Chris and...
Okay, bro, that's easy, though. Like, you begging not for them not to come, but hey, if they come, you gotta, give them that energy. That, hey, thanks for the support kind of energy, you feel me? Like, shoot. That doesn't mean that, like, you're saying, please don't come over here. I don't want this person over here. Like, we get it, you're not getting bum rushed by a bunch of people, but if you see one person, it's just one person. Like, you act like you run into, like, fucking 100 people a day that just want pictures and shit. No, you've seen one person probably. Like, you're not DDG level to where you'll get recognized in a whole bunch of people. Now, Jesse. If they know you because they're subscribers and then all that. They're not people that just like, hey, this dude's famous, huh? No. I don't think you're at that level personally. But the energy I'm saying is like, maybe you do want some private time, hey, I just want to be out today. I don't want to really run into it. But you can't expect to leave the house thinking that. I'm saying when you have the amount of, I would say, support that you have, you'll be lucky to at least just get lower than 5 people you see that in the day that want a picture. Luckily. And I'm saying 5 is not that many people. I'm just throwing out numbers here. Like, I'm saying it's cool that you took the picture, you talked to the dad and all that jazz, but still, like, I understand the point of saying, yo, I want to be, just here. But still, you can't give that kind of energy off anyway. You just got to keep that to yourself.
Zach influenced me this way, but to be honest, I am extremely proud of the person I've become, and Zach and Chris helped me become the person I am, and I'm forever grateful to them for that.
And then thinking it's okay to paint me as mentally unstable online just because I'm saying F the group, L hype, and he's trying to, like, it's just so mind-boggling how, like, what happened. And it's really sad, but I'm just getting away from it. I'm not gonna rack my brain over trying to change people. They're just so deep in their own ways. It's like, I'm just leaving. I'm not being a part of it.
Once again, Tyler, when I said fighting demons, I did not mean to portray you as mentally unstable. You keep saying I tried to portray you as mentally unstable, so I just wanted to address that again.
And it's like, how did I stay a part of the group for so long with all this stuff happening? It's because I numb myself. You guys don't know this about me, but I need to make things combine my 2 lives. I've been living this Mopi life, and then I have Tyler, my life, that I've been numbing myself and hurting myself for a while. And I've been abusing the sauce, the devil's lettuce. I'm not saying the word for demonetization or whatever, but yeah, I've been abusing that, nicotine, and in the past year, alcohol, like, really badly. And it got so bad this year, and I tried to quit so many times. I tried to get help. I put, like, this text, and, like, this is a great example of the kind of support these guys offer as friends. Talking about starting a drinking problem and stopping it, and just trying to get better. And then everybody...
This is another thing I want to answer too.
Just like it. Like, just thumbs up. Not a single word of encouragement or anything. And just goes back to talking about video shit. And it's like, okay, cool, great support. And then we got Jesser over here immediately texting me after, once he sees that, for me to be in his sponsored video. Like, I hadn't talked about these issues I've been having. And then he doesn't even acknowledge it. He just asked me to be in his sponsored video. And then he says thank you, then I say one more thing to try to get some acknowledgement, and then he just says proud of me. If I hadn't said that one text before or after thank you, conversation would have ended. And I didn't hear anything in person. Like, no one cared about Tyler. Like, it was only Mopi. If Mopi could show up for videos. And it's like, it's sick. It's not it's not real friends. It's like, what the, like, I'm a person that was like, I'm out of there. I'm not being a part of it.
Tyler, once again, I showed earlier, I did try to reach out to you about these things. I didn't live with you, but I definitely did try, and you can't say that I didn't. You showed the text you sent to the group. I mean, this had happened multiple times, and there were many conversations about it. There were group conversations, there were one-on-one conversations, and then you show a text message of me. And yes, Tyler, I did message you after that, asking you to be in the sponsored video. It was a big sponsor video for me. I already told them that you and everyone else was gonna be in the video, so I thought I would just ask, and I literally told you in the text message, it's okay if you don't want to. Like, I didn't try to pressure you. You easily could have said no. I wouldn't have felt any type of way. Also, in that clip, you said there's no encouragement.
But here's the thing though, that's not important right now. You can ask that question after you finish talking to him. He did, like, you don't bring up after he just said, yo, I'm going through shit. You don't bring up about being in a fucking video right after that. Like, you get that out first, like with, yo, are you good? You need anything? I will come talk to you. Then boom, 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 get that out the way first. Then you ask about the fucking video. Don't ask a video. Don't try to put two birds in one thing. You want to be like, yo, you're okay, but can you be in this video? You don't do that.
No words of advice, but if you literally scroll up to our last text message, I'm asking about you quitting the vape, but you don't mention that in your video. And also at the end of the text message, I reach out about helping you with the money stuff because you had problems with your taxes and all of that, and I've had good experience with it. I've gone through those things. I asked, do you need help? Because I could help you with that. Offering my help.
Since getting sober.
And like I said, once again, everything is text. You have to be physically there. You can't read people's energies off of text. You gotta be there physically. I'm saying it's asking a lot to be there physically, Jesse. I understand. You know, you got a lot of shit on your plate. I get it. But I'm saying if you can be there physically as much as possible, that would have changed probably so much. Because he can see you coming there at his need, you know. That's being a friend. Coming there when you need them. Or even, like I'm saying, yo, I can't right now. I'm on something, but I will be there as soon as it's done. You know, that's just things we got to do. That's what sacrifices we make for our friends. You know, come on.
I realized, like, I'm not being around these people because they contributed to me using. Like, they do that stuff themselves, and they treat me terrible. So, like, it's not a good environment for me. I'm not being around that environment. I want to be healthy. I want to stay sober. Like, so I'm staying away from them. I'd hope to never see them again.
Tyler, you talk about how we do those things, and the crazy thing is I never did any of that stuff until I moved into the same house with you and I was around it, but I will never blame you for my actions. And you act like I'm trying to contribute to that when I'm trying to help you and my other friends. For example, when I did the Sober October Challenge, I'm trying to better myself and the people around me.
While I was not entirely open with how bad things were for me, they'll say like they didn't know and I just kept to myself. It's like I said I was taking breaks and I wouldn't upload and I wouldn't be around for weeks and like months on end, and no one checked on me for like months and months. And like my living situation, my hallway was so bad. Just everybody walks by it and thinks nothing of it, like what's going on in my room and like what I'm doing to myself in my room. And it's like it got so bad with my hallway that it could be pitch black dark, and I memorized where to step to not step on shit and get to my room. Like, and I don't want to blame my living situation and how I was treating myself on them, but I'm not having it go out there that they were supportive of me or trying to help me. Like, it was just me.
This is the first time for me I've experienced a friend go through addiction like this, and Tyler, I wish I could have helped more. I tried to help in my own ways that I thought would help. I'm not a trained professional. You're my first friend to go through this. I didn't know really how to react. I wasn't living with you, and I'm sorry, Tyler.
And Jesse wants to go online and say I'm...
This is all learning things, Jesse. This is all learning things, bro. You gotta learn these things for the future, man.
Fighting serious demons. Like, no, they're the only demons I'm fighting, those guys, because they're trying to paint me out to be mentally unstable because I went to like rehab because I was using those substances that are legal in my state. Like I can smoke and I can drink and I could use nicotine products, and they're trying to paint me out as crazy for that stuff. Like I don't like it. It's a joke to mental illness and that they like care, and it's just such a joke. and it makes me sick, honestly.
This clip right here is very vital to everything going on, so I'm gonna break down this clip. Tyler, we are not the demons you are facing. You cannot deny that. You've been going through a really tough time in your life, and I've just tried to be there for you. Once again, you're my first friend to go through an addiction. I tried to help in my ways. I genuinely tried to be there for you, and I'm not a trained professional to handle with the situation, but I did try. Tyler, I've never said you were mentally unstable. I said you were fighting demons. I did not try to manipulate you or other people into thinking that. I simply said it because you were going through an addiction. I didn't want to expose private information out there. It was never my intent to call you mentally unstable. I didn't say you were fighting demons because you went to rehab. I said it because you were battling substance abuse. And yes, Tyler, you said it yourself in this clip, because I was using those substances. That's what I've been saying. And Tyler, you saying that it's legal to do those things is basically saying that it's okay. No, Tyler, you cannot justify drinking, smoking, and vaping because it's legal. Tyler, I want to help you. I don't want you to deny what you're going through. You say we're the only demons you're fighting. You're lacking awareness to the problem. Tyler, it really hurts me to see this part where you say what I've done is a joke to mental illness, when I've simply just tried to help you get through this. And again, I'm not a trained professional. And Tyler, like, I genuinely love you. I have no hidden agenda against you. I've always wanted the best for you. I know in the video you stated you never want to see me again or talk to me. I don't have this same hatred back for you, Tyler. I want the best for you. I've always loved you. I would love to have a private conversation one-on-one to talk through everything, because so much of this is such new information to me. Let me know if you want to talk about everything. I'm here for you. I have no ill intentions even after all of the stuff that has come my way. I never wanted to make this video. I didn't want anything to be public. I never wanted this to be an online back and forth. This is a lose-lose situation for both of us, Tyler. I had to respond. I had to make this because I had to defend myself. I'll still always be here for you, Tyler. I love you. And to the fans, I appreciate all the support over the years. I hope you guys can understand my point of view now. I know a lot of the audience who watches this is very young. If you want to learn more information on addiction, I'm going to put some links down below in the description. This has been a really low point for me. I'm not sure when I'm going to upload next, but I will see you guys soon.
Okay. I'm going to just make this little wrap up as quick as I can. But I just want to say, after all this, after watching this for, I don't even know how long this fucking video is going to be, but I might just make it into 2 parts. But one, Jesse, you just got to get better at being, physically there for friends. Yes, it's your first time. I understand you've done some things wrong, That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to blame you for that. You never been through situations like this, so you don't know how to deal with situations like that. I get it. So I'm not going to blame you and say, yo, you're a terrible friend, all that. You tried. I'll say you tried to be a friend, but you just didn't do the outside work. Like, yo, you could have asked somebody, yo, this isn't working for him. What should I try to do? Get outside resources if you don't know what you're doing. If it's not working what you're doing or how you think you can do it, then go ask questions. Go ask outside help. What do you think I can do to help my friend? Simple as that. And then for this, I want to see a one-on-one. I need you guys to get shit together. At least, like, if you guys have a one-on-one, you guys don't have to be friends after it. You guys can at least just put everything on the table and say, yo, this is how I feel. For me, like, I don't know where I still stand with, the whole you guys situation, because, like I said, I've been supporting these guys since I was in high school. Like, I used to watch all Cash's videos, all Jesser's videos, all LSK's videos. And I will always see Mopi, I always see Mitchell. And then, like, I feel like I have, some kind of connection with these dudes because they were with me for a whole amount of time of my life. Like, that's a big squabble of my life from high school to now. So I'm saying this is affecting me a little bit too. That's why I wanted to make these videos on it. And I just feel like I don't want to think that this is all just a business thing, but like just something is telling me this is just all business. Like, this is just a business video. He just wants to get that to save face. This is what I don't want to believe that, but this is what I'm getting from it. Yes, there's some things that Jesser had points on, but majority of them, he didn't answer most of these questions like correctly for me. He didn't give like his all-out most apology to Mopi that I was expecting. So I don't know, man. It's like he's still young and learning his own. Like, I think me and Jess are like around the same age around it, but like he's still young. He's still learning life, and you got to learn how to be there for your friends if they're really your friends. See, me, I've had a lot of friend situations where like I'm a talkative person. I always talk to my friends about these. I've always had time to put aside for my people, no matter what I'm doing. I still do that now. So it's just all a learning process. You'll learn how to, deal with these situations better, how to talk to your friends better. Just you gotta ask more questions. That's it. But yeah, I'm gonna wait and see what's gonna happen with this situation. I really wonder if LSK is gonna make a video because I'm out of everybody, I'm really just fucking like disappointed in him and Jesser. Like, those are the two most people I'm disappointed. I don't give a fuck about Jado. I don't give a fuck about Zach. I don't care. I just want to see you with Jesser and us. Because those people are the ones I'm closer to. So, shoot. Leave a like on this video. Even if I made some bit of sense, or if you understand anything I'm saying, just let me know in the comments. Like I said, I'm most likely going to make this into 2 videos. So, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.